Emma had always dreamed of living in a historic home, so when she found the old Victorian house on Maple Street, she knew it was perfect. The realtor had warned her that the house had been vacant for years, but Emma didn't care. The high ceilings, the intricate woodwork, and the grand staircase, it all felt like a fairy tale. But as she unpacked her boxes that first night, she noticed something strange. The air felt heavy, and the shadows seemed to move on their own. And then she heard it, a faint scratching sound, coming from beneath her bed. Emma froze, her heart pounding. The scratching grew louder, more frantic. She knelt down, peering under the bed, but there was nothing there, just darkness. Relieved, she stood up, only to feel a cold hand grip her ankle. She screamed, yanking her leg free, and stumbled back. The room fell silent, but Emma knew she wasn't alone. That night she slept with the lights on, clutching a baseball bat, but the shadows seemed to watch her, waiting. Determined to uncover the truth, Emma began researching the house's history. She visited the local library, where an elderly librarian handed her a dusty newspaper from 1952. The headline read, "Child vanishes without a trace." According to the article, a young boy named Thomas had lived in the house with his abusive father. One night, Thomas disappeared, and his father claimed he had run away. But the townsfolk whispered a darker truth, that the father had killed Thomas and hidden his body beneath the floorboards. Emma's nights grew worse. The scratching returned, accompanied by faint whispers. "Help me," they pleaded. Shadows danced on the walls, forming the shape of a small boy. One night, Emma woke to find her blankets pulled off the bed, as if someone or something was trying to drag her down. She screamed, but no sound came out. The air grew icy, and she felt a presence beside her, breathing in her ear. "Find me," it whispered. Emma couldn't take it anymore. She grabbed a flashlight and a crowbar, determined to uncover the truth. She pried up the floorboards in her bedroom, her hands trembling. And there, beneath the wood, she found it. A small skeleton, curled up in the fetal position. Thomas. Emma's heart broke for the boy who had suffered so much. But as she reached out to touch the bones, the room grew dark, and the whispers became screams. "You found me," Thomas's voice echoed. "Now you'll stay with me." The shadows closed in, trapping Emma in the room. Thomas's ghost appeared before her, his eyes hollow and filled with rage. "You'll never leave," he hissed. Emma screamed, fighting against the darkness, but it was no use. The walls seemed to close in, and the air grew colder. She collapsed to the floor, her vision fading. The last thing she saw was Thomas's face, inches from hers as he whispered, "Welcome home." The next morning, the house was silent. Emma was gone, leaving behind only the crowbar and the open floorboards. The house still stands, its windows dark and its halls empty. But if you listen closely, you might hear the faint sound of scratching beneath the bed. And if you're unlucky enough to spend the night, you might just meet Thomas and join him in the shadows forever.